Hi everyone, it's Jerusha. Today is February 21st, 2017. What prompted my video today is that I got a comment on one of my old videos, which seems old to me, but it literally was from December 19th, 2016. So that's not very long ago. It's maybe 3 months ago. I got a comment on it. It was a Christian video. The title of it was Religion, an Evolved Understanding of Prayer. There's a little bit more to the title, but I wanted to just say that part. I will link to this video below for you. Today, or 18 hours ago, someone named Albert Kim commented, "I'm a Christian, non-denominational evangelical Protestant, and I also have dreadlocks. Nazarite, vow, Numbers 6. I'm glad to have found you. There needs to be more Christian vloggers." So I wanted to comment about Christianity, and I have mentioned it just a few times, very few times in my videos about going to church, about my take on Christianity briefly. I haven't gotten super far into it, by the way, even though in this video that I'll link to below that he commented on, I do talk more about it, so I'll link to it below. I want to talk about Christianity, and I want to talk about it in the year 2017. I am almost 41 years old. And so for me, religion has had a lot of different aspects to it, ebbs and flows regarding Christianity. Religion, not spirituality, but Christianity, the religion, going to church, and my experience with it. And the video that this person commented to talks more about my experience with it and what turned me off of Christianity. Even though I was raised Christian, didn't go to church a lot because my family didn't have a church when I was alive that my immediate family went to all the time, but my extended family did, and I also went to religious, like Christian Bible school during the summer for about a week. So we didn't go to church regularly, but we were very Christian. We prayed before meals for dinner. We would say a Bible verse before we ate after my dad prayed. Usually it was my dad that would pray, but sometimes my mom would. This person says they're non-denominational evangelical Protestant. Okay. I don't always understand what non-denominational means, because a lot of times when it says non-denominational, it's usually pretty conservative of a Christian, and also Protestant, so it's not Catholic. I don't understand why people say that Catholic isn't a Christian. They say Catholic or Christian, like as if, I mean, Catholicism is Christian, okay? You believe in Jesus Christ, you're Christian. I think. But anyway, so this person's talking about dreadlocks in Nazarite, vow, Numbers 6. So I think Numbers is a book in the Bible, probably the New Testament, just from my very distant knowledge of, the Bible. And, possibly there's something referencing dreadlocks in the Bible that is positive. I don't know, because I know that in the Bible that I've been told about, that they talked about the Celtics having these things that look like snakes on their hair, their hair looked like snakes, and that was considered to be kind of like satanic. I think anything with a snake is considered satanic in a lot of Christian ideas. So I'm not sure. I haven't looked up this Nazarite vow, Numbers 6. That's interesting to me. Okay, so my idea about Christianity is evolving, by the way. I was really turned off by it because of what I was told, what I was taught by my close relatives. Not a liberal view, what you call liberal view of Christianity. And I mean, there's like a whole wide variety of liberal views, right? Like Unitarian, Universalist, that's very liberal. That's so liberal that it's not even all that much about Christianity. They talk about a lot of other religions. It's somewhat more educational, but they do Christian like hymns and things like that. People like it for that reason. But I live in Portland, Oregon, right? So it's a very liberal city, small town type city. It's a city. And so it's one of the least churched per capita cities in the United States. Not to offend anyone, but we also apparently have more nude and strip clubs than most places in the United States per capita. So, I don't know if we're the least churched, but I had heard that we're at least one of the, if not the least, churches per capita in the United States. So I'm not necessarily proud of that. I am boasting it. I'm saying it because it is, I live in Portland, Oregon. I moved here. I didn't grow up here. I moved here when I was like 20. So I chose to move here. I didn't know that at the time, but it was fine with me when I did find out because I was liberal. I was trying to escape a Christian, very fundamentalist view of Christianity that I had been exposed to since I was child, born, really, very beginning. And so I was trying to escape that. That's what I thought of as Christianity. And it didn't help that most places that I had lived in the United States, most places that I had been exposed to, I mean, it was like an extreme version. It was like either where I grew up, which was pretty conservative in like a negative way. Conservative, meaning evangelical, evangelizing, trying to convince people, saying they need to save you. It's not like live and let live. It's, because I don't even believe the Amish or the Mennonites try to evangelize, meaning like try to convince you to like convert. But the Christians that I grew up in, they were about like, it's like their duty to try to convince people that they need to like come to the Lord and things like that. It's not live and let live. That wasn't great growing up in that because they did it to each other and me growing up as a kid, and as well as to maybe other people. We didn't go door to door or anything like Jehovah's Witnesses do go door to door, and in some other Christian religions or new Christian religions like Mormons in the East Coast, on the West Coast here, go door to door evangelizing. We in the that I grew up in did not go door to door, thank goodness about that. But it just turned me off as me being a person who wants to think for myself and wants to have a dialogue about what I believe in or what I think about. I was turned off very much by the people that were in my family talking to me about Christianity and what that meant to them. All right, so I'm about to be called for dinner for tonight. It's almost 6:30, and I don't often get back to. Sometimes lately I haven't gotten back to recording the same day, and I really like to do it. I like to just do it and upload it. The last one I recorded took almost more than a week, actually. It took more than a week for me to upload it and edit the clips together. So I like to just do it. I don't like the lighting in this bathroom because it's like weighting out my hair, so you don't see all of it. You don't see the ends. You don't see the detail. It's not great in this bathroom here. I wanted to share with you some pictures I have, some really old family photos I have come into. They've been given to me to curate from distant cousin who died without any descendants. And so I have these, and this is from my family. I've only been learning about my family's like original in the United States, in America, of their religious beliefs. I've only been learning about it in the last like 3 years. And it wasn't evangelical. It wasn't Mennonite. It wasn't Amish. It was a type of Protestant, but one of the first kinds, Lutheran, okay? So this is a family photo. One of the people in this family, or one of the people in this confirmation photo is a relative of mine. One of the females is one of my distant cousins who was born in 1890. And she's in this photo here. I feel bad that you can't see it better. Okay, there you go. There. This is a St. John's Reformed Lutheran Church, I believe. This town that these pictures were taken in, there were two churches. There was the Reformed Lutheran Church, and there was the regular Lutheran Church. And apparently it was quite different to the people that went there. Not to many other people besides them, though. Yes, so this was the Reformed. Yes, that I showed you. The Reverend is in the middle there, and his name is Reverend E.H. Leinbach. Most of the people in this picture are German. Okay. Then that was 1909. This one was probably about 2 years earlier, and so I don't know the exact date, but it might have been 1907. A male in this photo was my distant cousin, and he was being confirmed in this class, confirmation class. Okay, so this is in Pennsylvania, and the Reverend is in the middle, Reformed Lutheran Church. Next photo is the other church in that same little town. The pastor right here with the bald head there, his name is C.C. Cressman, C-R-E-S-S-M-A-N. And the person in this photo that is related to me is a woman, distant cousin as well. In this family, a woman and a man got married, and they went to two different churches. Yeah, they were both Lutheran, they were both Christian, they were both Protestant, but one went to the Reformed Lutheran Church, one went to the regular Lutheran Church, and apparently in the town, there were no Mennonites, there were no Amish for the most part, there weren't even many Catholics back then. Either you were Lutheran or you were Lutheran Reformed. So, Lutheran is a whole lot more liberal than what I personally, my early part of my life, grew up in. Pentecostal and German Baptist and regular Southern Baptist, kind of Baptist. That's what my personal life has been. But since I have learned that my family originally, who came to this country, was Lutheran up until, I don't know, a lot of them anyway were Lutheran until at least the mid-1800s. This part of the family is Lutheran still, except that they died out because their descendants died out. So I was donated these photographs, but from the early 1900s. But the part of my family that left the area, my direct lineage, they became more conservative. I don't know, at least in the 1800s, mid-1800s, something like that, or early 1900s. So, shared these pictures with you because I wanted to show you, I don't know, some pictures from the 1800s, or early 1900s, confirmation pictures, Lutherans, and the church I mentioned in this video that I did on December 19th is a Lutheran church here in Portland, Oregon. And I have decided that I would like to go to Lutheran church. I would love to go because I wanted to have an excuse to go, and my friend was looking for a new church, and so she was looking, and she wanted to go to Lutheran church. This Lutheran church is actually open to gay marriage, and they even have a rainbow flag on their main sign in the lawn in front of the church. It's a little rainbow flag, that's all it is. It's not a, quote, gay church, meaning there is a gay church in Portland, Oregon, where it is Christian, but it is about, like, basically everyone there is gay, including the pastor. But this church is just very vocal about how open they are to all kinds of people, including people who are gay. But the pastor doesn't need to be gay, and most of the people that go to the church aren't necessarily gay. But it's not a big deal, and it's not something, and it's something that they are very outspoken about being accepting about. So some of my Christian viewers might hate that, may really hate that. In fact, my family, my mom, you know, she goes to a different church. She wouldn't be into that. The fact that people can be transgendered, like middle of, like they can have like various parts of the gender, like spectrum, going to the church, and you respect that. It's just accepted. You know, it's not like we talk about it or preach about it at all. They do not preach about it from what I know, but it's outwardly accepting towards various kinds of people. So I want to go to the church. I haven't been going every single Sunday. I have to say, it's hard to get in the habit of getting up early-ish on a Sunday morning. So I really do want to, though. So this is part of the reason why I'm drawn to the Lutheran church. And my mom probably won't go to it because she says, just not even knowing about the fact that they approve of gay marriage or gay people, she wouldn't want to go to it because she just assumed it's too liberal. And she thinks that most Christian churches are too liberal. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I know that being in this day and age, I think I guess I didn't know that many young people, or even, I'm not even that young actually, I'm almost 41. practically middle-aged. But I'm just not around that many people that really prioritize Christianity or being Christian. In fact, my Christian friends have said that they feel like worried about mentioning that they're Christian to just people that they meet, because they feel like they're going to be generalized as being the bad kind of Christian, meaning the kind of Christian that does not love people, that is very judgmental. A lot of them are, including my family that I came from, just in the last few generations, very judgmental of people. Don't accept people for being gay. Think it's wrong. Think it's a sin. So, yes, that's what I think of Christianity, and that's why it took me a long time to come around to like feeling like maybe there's something there for me. I am not literal about it. It's like, you know, I used to be, I still kind of am, Asatru, which is a Germanic tribal religion that believes in like Odin and Thor and Freya and Frigg and a lot of the other Norse gods and goddesses, okay? It's a tribal religion of Northern Europe, including German and like Scandinavia, Iceland. So that was pre-Christian, and I also have been very much in that religion. I even was in a part of a group that was several years ago that we got together and did rituals. It's not pagan. It's a different kind of. It's not pagan. It's not Wiccan, but you know, I guess I never took that literally either. I took that as like that's the way that those people conceptualize the gods and goddesses or the spirituality or their religious part of themselves, their brain, religious part of their brains. And so Christianity, my family transferred towards Christianity a couple hundred years ago at least. I think actually had both religions side by side. They didn't necessarily say it because you could be killed for having like a pre-Christian type tribal religion, but it did live side by side. They were very much about Jesus Christ and Christ, because that was one way of like just, they funneled all of their energy into that because they at least weren't going to be killed for that. I mean, it was bad enough not being Catholic at the time. But my ancestors were they never became Catholic. They just skipped right past that. They were like tribal religion, tribal like type of Christianity, I guess, but it was before Christianity. They never went to Catholicism. They were always offended by that. And then they went straight to, you know, if we're going to be persecuted, we're going to leave. But then Protestantism was the closest thing for them. They just were absolutely anti-Catholic because Catholicism was very much involved with the government and money, and it was just considered to be really corrupt because of how much it was involved with money and not about beliefs and the people, the folk involved in Christianity and the belief systems. So they were very much against Catholicism, even these people. These people were probably very much against. I think it would be worse if you married a Catholic than you married a Reformed or a regular Lutheran, I believe. So, yes, that's what I want to share with you. Hopefully you like this video, and I've got 105 subscribers, so that's pretty awesome, and I haven't even been doing this for a full year. I've been doing this since the end of July 2016. Right now it is close to the end of February 2017. All right, take care, everyone. And I haven't given you a good chance to look at my dreads because I've been looking at you with my face, but maybe I'll try to give you a shot of it in the thumbnail so you can at least see it there. And if you get to the end of this video, you will be seeing it now. All right, I'm still looking for a better place in my new place, in my new apartment for lighting. Sucks, really sucks. My last place was really great in terms of lighting. But even there, I was needing to do other places in the bathroom because I was getting a little bit bored, slightly bored in the bathroom. So take care, everyone. I need to go to dinner before my mom calls me on camera, and I have to cut that part out. All right, bye-bye.